You're looking at your life right now, and it feels like nothing is moving. Not fast enough. Not clearly enough. Not in the direction you hoped. And if you're honest, there's a quiet question sitting in the back of your mind. Am I stuck, or am I just missing something? Pause. Because here's the part no one tells you. Some of the most important things happening in your life right now don't look like progress. They look like confusion. They look like delay. They look like silence. But they're not empty. They're working. And you just don't see it yet. Slow breath. Think about this. Have you ever planted something, even something small? A seed in soil. A random idea. A plan you were excited about. The moment you cover it with dirt, everything looks the same. Nothing changes on the surface. No movement. No signal. No reward. But underground, something very real has already started. It's breaking open. It's reorganizing. It's becoming something new, in complete darkness. And if you dig it up too early to check if it's working, you destroy it. That's the part most people don't realize. Not all progress is meant to be visible. Pause. Right now, you might be in a phase that feels exactly like that buried seed. You're showing up. You're trying. You're thinking more, reflecting more, questioning things you never questioned before. But externally? Nothing dramatic. No big wins. No clear signs. No instant transformation. And your mind starts playing tricks on you. Maybe this isn't working. Maybe I'm wasting time. Maybe I should just quit or change direction again. But what if this phase is the process? What if the quiet, invisible part is the most important part? Slight emphasis. Because real change rarely announces itself loudly. It builds quietly, until one day it becomes undeniable. Pause. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. Imagine someone learning a new skill. Maybe it's communication. Maybe it's discipline. Maybe it's learning how to stay calm under pressure. For weeks, even months, it feels like nothing is improving. They still stumble. Still overthink. Still feel awkward. But something subtle is happening. Their awareness is sharpening. They start noticing patterns they couldn't see before. Like realizing they always hesitate before speaking. Or noticing how they react when things don't go their way. That awareness is progress. Even if it doesn't feel like it yet. Pause. Another example. You've been working on yourself mentally. Trying to stay positive. Trying to control your reactions. Trying not to spiral into negativity. But sometimes, you still fall back. And it feels like failure. But look closer. Before, you didn't even notice when you spiraled. Now, you catch it. Maybe not instantly. Maybe a few minutes late. But you catch it. That gap between reaction and awareness? That's growth. That's the system updating. Soft tone. And updates don't always look impressive while they're installing. Pause. Or think about relationships. Sometimes you distance yourself from certain people. Not dramatically. Not with big confrontations. Just slowly pulling back. At first, it feels lonely. Like you're losing something. But later, you realize you were making space. Space for better conversations. Healthier connections. More honest energy. At the time, it felt like loss. But it was actually alignment. Pause. This is how life works more often than we admit. It rearranges things quietly. And because it doesn't match your expectation of progress, you assume nothing is happening. Slight emphasis. But something is. Right now. Pause. Here's the shift that changes everything. Stop measuring your life only by visible results. Start noticing internal movement. Because internal movement always comes first. Confidence doesn't suddenly appear one day. It builds in moments where you choose not to shrink. Clarity doesn't arrive like a lightning strike. It forms slowly, as you question, reflect, and adjust. Direction doesn't come from thinking harder. It comes from moving, even when you're unsure. Pause. You don't need immediate proof to keep going. You need trust in the process you're already in. And I know, that's uncomfortable. Because your brain wants certainty. It wants evidence. It wants something it can point to and say, yes, this is working. But the truth is, most meaningful things in your life will not give you that kind of instant feedback. Soft tone. They ask for patience first. And reward you later. Pause. Let's make this practical. Because this isn't just about feeling better. It's about seeing differently, so you can move differently. First, start noticing small shifts. Not big outcomes. Small changes. The way you respond differently in a situation. The way you recover faster after a bad moment. The way certain things don't bother you like they used to. These are not random. They are signals. Pause. Second, stop restarting your journey every time you feel uncertain. A lot of people do this. They start something, then doubt it, then switch. Again and again. And they think they're being flexible. But they're actually interrupting their own progress. Remember the seed. If you keep digging it up, it never grows. Pause. Third, give meaning to the phase you're in. Instead of saying, nothing is happening, ask yourself, what is this phase trying to build in me? Patience? Discipline? Clarity? Resilience? Because every phase has a purpose. Even the slow ones. Especially the slow ones. Pause. And finally, trust that not everything important will make sense immediately. Some things only make sense in reverse. You look back, and suddenly everything connects. The delay. The confusion. The detours. They weren't random. They were preparing you. Positioning you. Protecting you in ways you couldn't understand at the time. Slow breath. Right now, you're inside the story. So it feels messy. Unclear. Incomplete. But that doesn't mean it's not working. It just means you're too close to see the full picture. Pause. And that's okay. You don't need to see the whole path. You just need to take the next step with a little more trust than doubt. A little more awareness than fear. A little more patience than frustration. Soft emphasis. Because something is happening for you. Right now. In ways you can't fully measure yet. In ways you might only understand later. Pause. So instead of asking, why isn't anything working? Try asking, what is quietly working that I haven't noticed yet? That one question can completely change how you see your life. Final reflective tone. You're not behind. You're not stuck. You're in the middle of something that hasn't revealed itself yet. And one day, you'll look back at this exact phase. The confusion, the silence, the waiting. And realize. This was the moment everything actually started. Pause. Keep going. Not because you have proof. But because something deeper than proof is already in motion. For voiceover, let your tone stay calm and grounded, almost like you're speaking to one person in a quiet room. Add slight pauses after reflective questions and after key lines like, "But they're not empty," or "You just don't see it yet," to let the message land. Gradually build intensity in the middle, then soften again toward the end for a cinematic close. For visuals, use slow-moving shots, empty roads at sunrise, hands in soil planting seeds, someone sitting quietly by a window, subtle facial expressions of thought and realization, small daily actions like writing, walking, or pausing mid-conversation. Avoid fast cuts, let scenes breathe. If you want variation for future uploads on the same theme, you can shift the core metaphor. One version can center around software updating in the background, another around a storm forming far away before it reaches you, and another around a sculptor slowly shaping stone where progress only becomes visible near the end. Each keeps the same message but feels completely fresh to the viewer.